Earlier this week, I started sharing with you something that Father Hung had shared with us at a spiritual directors conference this past weekend. This idea that certain significant cities in Ignatius of Loyola's journey represent different moments of conversion, or can represent for us different moments of conversion. Just like uh, Pamplona became this city where Ignatius was shot in the leg and his recovery at Loyola, these represent this disruption in his life. And conversion often flows from disruption. So we looked at that Wednesday and Friday. A couple of other cities that were important in his life that I'd like to talk about in the upcoming days are Montserrat and Manresa. Ignatius, when he healed at Loyola, left and went to Montserrat, which means mountain. Now, the presenter during our conference presented Montserrat and Manresa in a different way than I'm going to present. I didn't quite agree with him in his interpretation of those two cities and what they represented in Ignatius's journey. For me, Montserrat was this place where Ignatius surrendered his old life. He literally laid down his sword, all of the vestiges of his life as a soldier, as this act of surrender, this sort of outward sacrament of his conversion. That gives you and I an opportunity to be mindful of what have been some of the acts, some of the choices, some of the things that we've done that helped us to transition from one life to another, that really helped us to pivot in this life of conversion. When have you and I visited Montserrat, so to speak? When have you and I visited this place of surrender, where we had to let go of one part of ourselves so as to embrace a new part of ourselves? When have you and I had to lay down the false self so as to embrace a more authentic sense of self? For those of you on Patreon, I would love to hear your experiences of that. When in your life have you spiritually visited that place of surrender that Ignatius called Montserrat? And I hope you have an amazing day.